So, perfect blue skies, almost no wind, beautiful sunshine. These are indeed conditions for the beautiful game. The backdrop here, picturesque, idyllic. No doubt one of the best days of the footballing calendar, and it has added to a really jovial, happy mood in the stands, helping to raise the level of sound by more than a few decibels. Shirt sleeve order, very much the dress code. This one of the great amphitheatres of the game. You are welcome to it, and indeed to one of the grandest fixtures. A note about the opposition and their record over the last three: played 3, lost 3.
Well, they've hit a very worrying run of form, Peter, that needs to be arrested quite quickly, or they may take on a reputation of being the whipping boys from here. It's time to get back to basics and be a more competitive proposition. Getting the defence organised and a focus on clean sheets can help stop the rot and help them step away from it. And I hope the manager hasn't overindulged in meetings, because that can drive players mad.
The action has already started. Cuts it out. Hamburg have a free kick. And the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Pasquale, Piatti, Lassana Diarra. Hamburg were imperious when the two sides last met, and the fans are asking for more of the same. A buccaneering run from the defender, and that's been levered clear. Klein. Tries to get it forward quickly. Well, that's where he wants it. Kehra. Lars Bender. Owen. Good run down the left. What can they make of it? Deflected over the goal line for a corner. Knocks it away. Forward it goes. Ball's out on the left now. It's a fine run and he's happy to keep going. The ball's come loose and the chase is on. Hoists it forward. And that's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. And it's played forward. Owen. Hamburg will be looking to keep their concentration levels high as they look to buck a worrying recent trend of shipping early goals.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looks the harder thing to do.
Now a chance to break. Hoists it forward. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Kehra demonstrating fabulous determination. He just will not be beaten. A really good feat. Well, the defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Now it's Lassana Diarra, and the weighted pass. Oh, well defended, that had to be done. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Keeper's got good distance on that. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Bender battles to win it back. Out to the left it goes. Played back in. It's got through. It's broken loose. That'll be the last act of the first half. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Some first half thoughts?
Hamburg have played reasonably well, but perhaps they're overdoing things down the left flank. They've concentrated an awful lot in that area.
And we're underway again.
Hamburg can feel really happy with themselves. The scoreline doesn't back it up, but they've played with urgency and purpose and can't afford to lose patience in this second half. They've got to persevere.
And it's got through. Defending of the desperate variety. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. And it's played forward. Lassana Diarra. Owen. Lovely bit of skill. Last Bender, and it's Lassana Diarra. Pasquale. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Walcott. Can't get the better of his opposite number. What an adventurous run from a defender. Has a hit, and he's done it! Swift, incisive, deadly, all done in a matter of seconds.
Quick, decisive and unerring, a textbook example of how to turn defence into counter-attack. That'll do for me every time.
Hamburg draw first blood here.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worth the treat.
Hamburg begin the second half on the front foot. That's how it has so regularly been. Klein needed to come up with a better ball.
Was too timid to make it through the defence. It'll be noted and improved upon, I'm sure. Everything they would have spoken about in that dressing room during the break has a greater chance of happening thanks to the early goal. It's the perfect platform now to go on and try to win it.
Done very well to intervene. Two up and threatening to pull clear. Jim, your thoughts?
And that's what the game is all about. Find space and finish, but we have to credit the pass to pick him out.
On the touchline, it seems there's going to be a change. Hamburg get themselves a 2-goal cushion.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Decent progress down the left. Into the box. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Vlasic dinks one in. Piatti. Oh, nice touch. So who's he picking out? Oh, shooting chance! They are rampant! And they are pulling clear here. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
It's rarely a problem when that much time is afforded in the penalty box. Nobody sensed where the danger was lurking, and the finish was made a lot easier.
When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
Well, the instruction from the manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished.
Hamburg take a 3-goal lead and they are romping out of sight.
Well, unsurprisingly, Peter, the opposition look completely stunned. I'm not sure they can gather themselves.
Oh, he's come up against a brick wall there. Has a goal! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
There's going to be another change here.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle.
Final touch was poor. Cleared without complication. Locatelli. Lassana Diarra. Piatti. It's a good run down the right. Where could this lead? Just brushed off the ball there. It's a very good battle there. Terrific to watch. Good idea, just poorly executed. Played into the middle. Locatelli. Piatti. Vlasic. And it's Piatti. Piatti. He's got away. Oh, sweet feet. Piatti. Good clearance and very necessary. Gorgeous control there. Lassana Diarra. Cross from Lassana Diarra. Good take by the keeper, he's read that well. Tries to get it forward quickly. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Hamburg, comfortable winners, a virtuoso display, utterly one-sided. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Yeah, we knew there was a sizable gap in the quality of both squads, and the story was told in predictable fashion.
Well, that's it from us. Thanks very much, Jim. It's a very good day to you from both of us. For tonight's live game, unfortunately our weather forecast is somewhat less than promising. We're told to expect intermittent spells of heavy rain, which might very well impact on the quality of the football later. It'll certainly add a new dimension, especially for those players who like to keep hold of the ball. Few anxious faces hoping it will all somehow stay away, but I have to tell you that we are told is an extremely unlikely scenario. This one of the great amphitheatres of the game. You are welcome to it, and indeed to one of the grandest fixtures. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's 4-3-3.
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not, and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a 5 across midfield, then the shape of this team takes on a much tidier, compact defensive look.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Promising move that, good inroads into enemy territory, but no joy. Herver. Oh, nice touch. He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Cross deflected behind for a corner. They've played it short. Goes for the cross. And it's hoisted clear. Herver. Gets wrestled off the ball. Hamburg were imperious when the two sides last met, and the fans are asking for more of the same. Herver. Bolland. Gets the better of his man. Folland crosses in a low one. Hamburg grab an early lead. Good start. And it's Folland. Hamburg making the ideal start. It is something to build on.
What a good start to the game. I think their play has been fast and inventive, and this is a fine example of early intent. They've begun as they mean to.
Gets up to head it! No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Oh, no, that was a chance. What a chance.
Looking for space out wide. That was one quality pass away from being a very decent chance. Looked very promising.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. Jean Miranda, gone back to the keeper. Dante did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. Cesc Fabregas. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. That's clear cut, it's a free kick. Big chance! Oh, it's there! On the cusp of half-time, he delivers with perfect timing. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Well, most of those go high and wide because of their difficulty. He made it look like he does it every day.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, if anyone in this stadium thinks they haven't got value for money, I give up.
Pasquale hoists it forward, going through. Robben, massive leap! He scores! And they get themselves in front! Great header, made it look easy.
Well, as contact goes, that was tremendous, and it helped him to direct it exactly where he wanted into that net. I think when it comes to the aerial department, this fella is definitely no slouch.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So a really good half of football, 3 goals and just one separating them.
It's kind of a hard one to call, Peter, isn't it? I mean, from what we've seen so far, both sides are crucial. So it's going to be interesting to see how the teams come out for the next period. Well, it's still anyone's game, as both sides have shown they have goals in them. As for the next one, should it arrive, that may have a bigger bearing as to who emerges victorious.
Hamburg head into the half-time break with a narrow lead, 2 goals to 1. The action has pulled, and the shot! It's a great exchange.
They use the 1-2 to great effect in working their way through the middle, and a little more luck there, and they may have been celebrating.
Good save, he got a decent fist on that. And he's tried one. What a save! Terrific reaction. Cutrone with a shot! That's a half-decent try.
Good effort, very good effort. He would have at least wanted to make the keeper work, though.
Holland. Over to the left. St. Pauli, whose manager came in for a bit of flack after their previous result. Look, shoots! Locatelli. It's a loose ball. Swept in. He's gone for it! And he heaves it forward. And here's Folland. Dante positions himself well and cuts it out. That's gone a long way up and away. And it's played forward. Robben. Gets good distance on it. St. Pauli have plenty in the middle.
They've planned to defend the aerial route and will do so with numbers.
Timely intervention. Ball's out on the left now. And it's Folland. Cleared without complication. Hamburg have it back and they can go again. And the counter is on, now then!
Yeah, he was under pressure to get that exactly right, and he couldn't even think of the consequences. It was instinctive and rock solid.
Robben. That is terrific skill. Look at the defender bombing forward. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. And he's there to clear it. Shapes to shoot. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Hamburg are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. He's going after it. A reprieve. Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle.
Dante attempts a clearance.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver.
Suchi battles to win it back.
Hamburg are looking to make this one safe. They want to reduce the risk.
Into the last 5 minutes. Hamburg need to hold on for a few more moments.
Well, they're supposed to be chasing a goal, and yet there's no urgency or sense of awareness. They've got to wake up.
Coached through there. Here's the chance to cross. Forward it goes. Ribéry goes looking, and it's Folland. The defence can get it clear. information that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. It's a fine run and he's happy to keep going. More than happy to take the muscular approach. And that will be the final act. Hamburg have held on. A knife-edge game, a single goal margin, but they have won it. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Hamburg simply imposed their strength from start to finish, and this became as predictable as predicted.
Fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.